Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, January 16. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the political party registration policy now provides a framework for accountability and transparency. Mr. Holness was speaking at the official launch on Monday.
We're all convinced that this is a good move for the country, that all the institutions and actors are aware of their role, and that this new piece of legislation will be used as intended.
The policy, which is referred to as the Political Party Registration Act 2017, is a standardized set of rules to regulate and monitor the operations of political parties. This includes the financing of political parties. To support this, Prime Minister Holness says election campaign financing regulations will come into effect on March 1 this year. For his part, Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Peter Phillips, says the legislation is an important step toward building trust in the political and electoral system.
This legislation is an important step forward in achieving greater accountability of political parties and ensuring continued regulation of their activities as part of the country's electoral system.
Under the new policy, all political parties are required to be registered with the Electoral Commission to participate in national election and referenda. Registration began on January 2 this year, and to date, only the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party have registered. Meanwhile, Chairman of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, Dorothy Pine McClarty, says the policy and accompanying legislation cement Jamaica's position as a leader in electoral reform in the Caribbean.
We are extremely proud of the outcome and feel confident that these regulations will strengthen the trust in the electoral process.
The Political Parties Registration Regulations 2017 falls under the Representation of the People Act. A 15 million gallon water treatment facility will be constructed on the Rio Cobre at Content, located near Damhead in St. Catherine. President of the National Water Commission, Mark Barnett, made the announcement at a JIS think tank on Thursday.
We have just about 50 million gallons of water flowing in that river daily, in the worst time. So it makes sense to look at a resource where I don't need to increase capital costs by putting in a storage, because once you put storage, your costs increase, and only install a treatment facility. The river itself will be the natural storage.
The treatment facility will serve Portmore, Kingston and Spanish Town, and construction is to begin later this year. Mr. Barnett says the facility will be built by a private company through a public-private partnership agreement. The Spanish Town Hospital is to receive a new ultrasound machine to improve delivery of diagnostic services. The equipment is being provided by the Japanese government's grant assistance through Grassroots Human Security Project. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton signed the $9.4 million agreement for the equipment on Monday at his ministry's New Kingston offices. Dr. Tufton thanked the ambassador of Japan, Hiromasa Yamazaki, for the contribution to the hospital. The minister also disclosed that pre-construction technical assessment was taking place to prep the hospital for upgrading from a Type B to Type A facility. Dr. Tufton said he hoped to break ground for the expansion before the end of the calendar year or soon after. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information has launched an investigation to determine the cause of a fire which destroyed the Walker's Place of Safety early Tuesday morning.
Many things go through your mind when you have to deal with these issues. First, you want to make sure that there was no issue of negligence or delinquency on the part of any state official. We say these things are accidents, but accidents are things that are unpreventable. So you really want to establish that this was unpreventable, truly an accident. And so, just from a administrative point of view, a ministerial point of view, I've asked Minister Green and Minister Reid to take a second look to review the policies and procedures to ensure that the places of safety are actually safe places for our children.
2 children died in the fire. The remaining 34 children are now being temporarily housed at a nearby church.
We've already identified 3 homes which we will use to house the children. They're already in our existing child protection facilities. Clearly what we have started today is to start the counseling sessions with our children, ensure that they're in a state of mind that they can move and that's very, very important to us. But the plan is to move them today, and we have identified a suitable accommodation.
State Minister Floyd Green says the Child Protection and Family Services Agency will be communicating with the parents of the 2 deceased children. In the meantime, the fire department is conducting an investigation to determine the cause of the blaze. The Walker's Place of Safety serves as a transitional residence for children up to 12 years old who have been abandoned or removed from their homes because of unstable conditions. The home provides food and shelter along with access to educational services and health care. And finally, the Portland Fire Department is reporting a 100% increase in the number of persons made homeless due to fires in 2017 when compared with the previous year. Deputy Superintendent of the Portland Fire Division, Wendell Patterson, says 34 adults and 22 children were rendered homeless as a result of fires in 2017. That's compared to 22 adults and 6 children in 2016. Deputy Superintendent Patterson was updating Thursday's sitting of the Portland Municipal Corporation. He said in 2018 the Portland Fire Department would be intensifying its inspection drive as most buildings in the parish were found not adhering to fire safety procedures.
Just to highlight that we have inspected 508 buildings in 2017. And of these 508, only 64 of them are certified. We will be intensifying our educational drive to ensure that persons put in all the necessary fire safety equipment to ensure that their businesses, their properties, and the occupancies are safe in the event of a fire.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.